You want to say all praises and honor to your house, Barashim Yahushai, Barashim Kodash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Graveman Stone. Shalom to all our brothers and out there pushing through. In all sincerity and in all honesty, this is a brother from James, Jamaica camp. I'm Yashamai.
Ashar.
I war.
Chapal.
I don't want to have a lesson, and the time that we're living in right now. Joe Biden is supposed to prepare for the dark winter. And we're in some serious times here. You see, before this election to take place in America, you have a lot of gunmen, a lot of Jake with buying up guns. East side been buying up a lot of guns, preparing for a war. And ultimately, we're going to have a race war in America, according to wild prophecy. Civil war, civil unrest, start in America. And we in that time, as we go closer and closer, to the end of this year, with things getting worse and worse. You hear them speaking about this second wave lockdown. See that basically, start to come in full effect now, right across the world. So what will happen? They say this second wave will go worse than the first one, right? My brother?
This is the article from law enforcement today. Basically it says record sales increase American firearm ownership to an estimated 434 million guns. It says Newton, Connecticut. It says the National Shooting Sports Foundation, NSSF, founded in 1961, reported Monday there are an estimated 434 million firearms in private possession in the United States of America.
So you can buy a gun, you have Visa, and other these either nation buying up guns. So you know what happened? When things kick off in America, gonna have a bloodbath, mass death. According to the scripture, that will take place too. You give me sit there, brother. Second is 60 and 42.
And basically that more ammunition guns than population, the amount of population of people were in a private zone. So you can basically see one man probably have 20 and 30 guns himself too.
And over the years he's been prepared. You see, because going back then they buy much of the Alpine bullet. So when things get real serious, it's gonna be total, chaos in the land of America. Worldwide, but it'll start in America. Right? My brother?
This is 2nd Ezra 16 verse 40.
What?
Oh my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle.
God says, oh my people, hear my word. Who's the Lord's people? The Israelite. The so-called niggers, Latinos and Native American Indian, which are the true we call Israelite. Super says supposed to take heed to the word now, because we have some serious times. Right?
Make you ready to the battle.
Make you ready to the battle.
And in those evil days.
The time of Jacob's trouble, we are approaching right now, swiftly and speedily. What?
Be even as pilgrim upon the earth.
Be even as pilgrim upon the earth. You have to constantly on the journey. You have to move from one place to the other. And what the scripture says in Matthew, the Lord Yahushai, in Matthew, he said, pray to your flight not be in the winter. Because then time will be what? Great tribulation. And as I mentioned earlier, and Joe Biden said, dark winter. Joe Biden speaking about this dark winter. Right?
It says firearms purchase have strongly surged in the past year, mostly because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but also because of political uncertainties like the possibility of a very liberal incoming administration. Basically, let me go back to the election the other day. It says firearm production. It says firearms production figures shows approximately 6 million firearms were manufactured in the U.S. in 2019, consisting of 3.6 million pistols and revolvers, 2 million rifles, and 480,000 shotguns.
And so a lot of weapons been buying up, for that time. The time of Jacob's trouble we're approaching right now. the scripture speak about. Yeah, me want Ezekiel, bro.
So this is Ezekiel 21, verse 9.
What?
Son of man, prophesy and say, thus said the Lord, say a sword is sharpened.
God, say a sword is sharpened. What is that sword is sharpened? You know, seeing all these gun buying up, you know, preparing for a war, a race war, a civil war, and the ultimate sword is the ICBM missile. Yahweh basically say what? He might go number you to the sword, and you shall all bow down to the slaughter. So you say a sword is sharpened.
A sword is sharpened
What?
and also furbished.
And also furbished.
It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter.
It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. What?
It is furbished that it may glitter.
Right?
Shall we then make mirth?
Should we then make mirth? Should we now basically happy time? You know, when we're seeing all these things taking place right now, you know, in the world, especially in America. These are you don't know getting ready now for shut down. You know, the second lockdown. Should we basically party and claim to say this one go worse than the first one? Right?
Most jakes in America now, a lot of them I'm upset. Because guess what? Them whole Christmas season, them are prepare for.
Right.
And the problem is, them in a be distressful because them are prepared to have a festive time in this December, man.
Right.
Well, it's not going to be so festive, man. No Merry for you, no Merry Christmas, man.
It contented the rod of my son as every tree. Say, and he had given it to be furbished that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give into the hand of the slayer.
Give into the hands of the slayer. Who is the slayer? So-called white and the slayer. Right? According to Psalms. Can you talk about that? Psalm 17 and 13.
Psalm 17, verse 30.
What?
He said, arise, O Lord, disappoint him,
Right.
and cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked.
Deliver my soul from the wicked. Who is the wicked? You read Malachi 1 and 4, tell us that Edom thou shalt call in the body of wickedness. And what the Edomites today, so-called white people. So deliver my soul from the wicked, which are the so-called white people, God.
Which is thy sword.
Which is thy sword, which is the heavenly Father's sword, and on the left hand side, we're going to use to punish our people. What?
And from men which are thine hand,
God.
O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures.
God.
They are full of children and leave their substance to their babes.
Right? Say, verse 12. Say, cry and howl, son of man,
God.
for it shall be upon my people.
So she say, it shall be upon Lord's people, which are your so-called niggers, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Right? This sword, all is going to basically be buying up, you know. The so-called white man are going to basically use it on our people. You know, because, you know, say, our people, you know, a lot of our people can't really shoot. Especially niggers. Niggers can't shoot. And so-called white man are blessed with the sword. Going back to Genesis, you know, the blessing of our forefather Isaac give to Esau, you know. The sword, you know. So a lot of our people are going to get destroyed in the time to come. Right? What?
It shall be upon all the princes of Israel,
God.
terror by reason of the sword.
Terror by reason of the sword.
God.
So we're heading at some serious times here. Right? God?
Shall be upon my people.
God.
Smite therefore upon thy thigh.
God. Isaiah 65.
Right, this is Isaiah 65, verse 11.
God?
But ye are they that forsake the Lord.
But ye are they that forsake the Lord. Who are the one that forsake the Lord? Our people. They forsake the Yahweh Hashem Shai, you know, and trust in the Esau, Edom, you know, wicked kingdom, you know, just this oppressive society. What?
That forget my holy mountain.
What?
That prepare a table for that troop, and that furbish the drink offering unto that number.
And that furnish out a drink offering unto that number. What?
Therefore will I number you to the
So
sword.
Heavenly Father said, I'm going to number you to the sword, number our people to the sword. To the famine, to the race war, to the pestilence and the diseases, You know, all these things, the famine, one of the main things, all destroy a lot of people. According to the scripture, scripture says, many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Right? All these things that we're even for are going to use, you know, basically punish our people and all these heathen nations. Right? But one?
And ye shall all bow down to the slaughter.
And ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. What?
Because when I called, ye did not answer.
Because even before I speak, you never answer. When you're on the highways and the byways, you know, they do videos, you know, and put it up on YouTube. They see our videos, you scarf. You don't want to take it serious. Right?
When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes.
But did evil before mine eyes. And all is going to buying up now. And the idea can't deliver them yet. They will all hell break loose, God can't help people. Because inside them have all different type of robots and all these things them are use their time to come to. Yo, things we never see it, Esau are going to use their time to come. June. All these June and basically have what?
This is Psalms 44 verse 6.
What?
So I will not trust in my bow,
Can.
neither shall my sword save me.
Can. No, we can't trust no weapon because in the day, the weapon can't help you. The only somebody can deliver us, you know, from this coming destruction, from this coming chaos. You see how about Shimei shine? Nobody else. Your gun can't help you. So no matter how much gun you want to buy up.
Verse 7 it says,
What?
Thou hast saved us from our enemies,
Can.
and hast put them to shame that hate us.
Can, exactly. You have this video with Grandmaster J. You know, you have somebody in the comment board. You just scroll through the comment board and look. When Grandmaster J basically march out, you know, and lead the jakes them to them, lead these so-called niggers to them, the destruction. They have somebody in the comment board. I remember the comment. Say, send the June. Says where Esau pray, send the June. So they come with gun. Somebody in the comment board and say, send the June. So that's how Esau pray. Esau pray different from what Jacob, you know, mess you. Right? Now it happen like what them think it will happen. Right?
He said in a guerrilla warfare with them, a drone war. Yes? He says that the NSSF estimate that there are approximately $19.8 million sporting rifles in our country, ranging from the AR platform rifles, SKS AK-47 style. It says back in 2018, Breitbart published a story indicating there were more than 9 million AR platform rifles manufactured are for sale in our country during the former President Barack Obama's administration alone. Then it says on the weapons magazine front, NSF estimate that Americans own approximately 71.2 million pistols magazines capable of holding more than 10 rounds and 79.2 million rifle magazines capable of holding 30 or more rounds. See? So there's a millions of pistols out there and millions of magazines out there, man. Capable of holding how much rounds of bullet, man. So you know these men are stuck up on a lot of ammunition, man. And why the reason why you're stocking up on a lot so much ammunition, man? Like and that sure said this is that time where they are going to war. See? If it's a war, these men are prepared for me. See?
Yeah, but prepare when they come out and say, oh, we want to stack up for 20 years.
20 years, God, exactly. Brother. So years you start prepare, you know, for this time. Time to come, you have doomsday preppers them too, you know. Right?
So the Griffin said Jake will be buying one clip.
One clip.
Loading a gun when that's done, everything done. Right? So, Jeremiah 30 verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether do a man travail with child.
Gone.
Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his lines as a woman in travail, and our face are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great.
God, alas, for that day is great. The time we're approaching right now is great. Right?
So that none is like it.
So no time in history can compare to the time we're approaching. You see all these guns buying up in America, you know, all of this gun we see been buying up over the years, you know, the East side been buying up. Even Jake have been buying up. Is it lead up to this time, yo? The time we're approaching right now, the scripture I mentioned, right? What?
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
It's even the time of Jacob's trouble. Who is Jacob? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. They're approaching the time of trouble. We're going to go through a lot of things here.
Great tribulation.
Great tribulation. A lot of people going to get put to death here. Right?
The day of the Lord shall be as a man flee from a lion. And a bear met him. Went in the house and leaned on the wall and a serpent bit him. It's gonna be that everywhere you run, there's gonna be trouble there, and trouble here, and trouble wheresoever, man. See?
Constant shooting.
No escape.
Non-stop. Alright?
Alright, so, but he shall be saved out of it.
But he shall be saved out of it. Who shall be saved out of it? The elect gonna get delivered. You know, from all the chaos and all the tribulation that come upon the earth. Right? What?
It says, the CBS News points out to another report released by the NSSF indicating that without 2020 being completed, calendar-wise, 2020 has already topped the highest weapon sales year and record, which was in 2016. So 2016 was the farmer year where they have the highest record sale of guns, but no, 2020 top it. Then, and 2016 was the first general election when Trump was going into power. And now this general election come, the record sales in ammunition is sky high, man. See? As stated before, the surge in buying weapons was primarily motivated by the COVID-19 lockdowns occurring nationwide. Owners and managers of adventures outdoors explain everyone went to the grocery store first to stock up on food, then they went to the gun stores. See?
Right.
So man stock up on what? Groceries and then guns, man. Right. Man have to protect what them have, you know, because when food shortage come, that's the one thing where because guess what? As the article stated there, them are going to famine 2021. Them are going to famine of biblical proportion. It's coming in 2021 then. So man have hold on to them food, and basically them are protect. Them buy them gun to protect whatever food them have, man.
You have a panicking buying start already. In America, people rushing to the supermarket to basically buy up a lot of things. So it's just like what happened there, the first wave. Right. People started already. Right?
Okay. 2 Ezra 15 verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
For what? The sword and their destruction draweth nigh. What?
And one people shall stand up to fight against another.
So all the guns have been buying up, especially 2020, as the brother going to the article. So this year, you know, a new record set 2020. All the guns are basically buying up in America. This is how it's going to lead to. You know, one people stand up against another people. Race war. Civil war. Right?
And swords in their hands.
And swords in their hand, talking about the weapon. What?
For there shall be sedition among men.
There shall be what? Sedition among men. And now, people coming up against the government, coming up against the police force. Right? Soldiers. Right? What?
And invading one another.
They
shall not regard their kings nor princes.
So they're not going to business about them leader no more.
And the course of their action shall stand in their own power.
Because they might do them feel like though. You know? They might get them crew and they might get together and they might go loot.
One crew.
Right?
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed.
You can see I have certain street, I basically lock off, I put up our checkpoint, soldiers, you know, whole house, they can't pass, they have a steel fire there, right?
And men shall be afraid.
So you have total chaos here. As the brother quote the scripture earlier, the of the Lord will be, as a basically a man flee from a lion and a bear met him. I went into the house and laid his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Total chaos, yo. All different things happen at the same time.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor,
Can
but shall destroy their houses
destroy your houses
with the
with
sword,
the weapon, like the gun,
and,
kick off your door and take all away your food.
and spoil their goods
Can
because of the lack of bread
because of what? The lack of bread, shortage of food.
and for great tribulation.
Can, exactly. So all the ways that take place now will lead up to that, lead up to this prophecy. Right? Right?
It's, it says the 2020 holiday season is expected to cause a secondary boom in gun sales this year. With that said, November and December are already the highest tallied months for weapon sales in cumulative history, based on an NSSF check of the FBI's National Instant Criminal Background Check System,
Can.
NISC, NICS, Salakia. It says the National Shooting Sports Foundation found that 17.2 million background checks were completed this year versus 15.7 million in 2016, the previous high watermark for gun sales. Firearm purchase have climbed every month since March, and more than 1.7 million background checks were conducted in October alone, a roughly 60% jump over the same period in 2019. See? So a lot of guns been buying up, man. Whole lot of guns. 60%, man. That's a lot of number. That's a big number. Since 2019, same period in last year, 60% more. Hey, that's a big jump, man. So some serious times are coming in America. And so all those people who are relaxed and feel, boy, hey, everything is gonna be okay.
This is Jeremiah 15, verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such are for death to death, and such are for the sword to the sword,
Such are for what? Death to death, and such are for the sword to the sword.
and such are famine to famine,
Famine. So all different ways, a lot of people gonna get destroyed.
and such as are for captivity to captivity,
And such are for the captivity, talking about the concentration camps.
Can?
Or the FEMA camps.
Just never gonna be like madman sparing none, yo.
Because a lot of people gonna get brought to these places here. Are the teen centers. Basically bring people to basically ship them. Give them a horrified microchip, which is the mark of the beast. You see, because with that time now when Esau you have to basically accomplish the new world order.
Can?
And part of them, one of the main part of the new world order is the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, to get every single body chip here. Right?
and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord.
So it's because the Lord said, I'm going to point over them 4 kinds. One,
The sword to slay,
the sword to slay, like the guns. The brother basically read about the article earlier on.
Can?
All the guns that we buy up in America. See, because the Lord said, I'm going to appoint 4 kinds. The swords to slay,
and
the
the,
weapon, go on.
and the dogs to tear,
And the dogs to tear, go on.
and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to
And-
devour and destroy.
Go on. Exactly.
Because in a racial conflict or civil unrest, when people die, man, you're not gonna have nobody to retrieve bodies, man. So a lot of these dead bodies gonna be out there in the street. See? So you're gonna have animals gonna come and them gonna eat. See? And as we can say, the crows, the fowls of heaven, when they refer to out here as drunkards,
Well,
the vulture,
the vultures.
the vulture's gonna come. The vulture's gonna come and eat, man. See?
The scripture says, the Lord hath prepared a great feast
God.
for the foes, right? Let's move on to scripture. It says 2 Israel 9 and verse 13.
Go on.
It says, therefore be not curious how the ungodly shall be punished,
Go on.
and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Because it's all about the elect, yo. It's all about the elect. Because only the elect going to receive this truth, on this side and get delivered. Right?
Yeah, we're not going to be curious of how they ungodly, man, because guess what? Because we already know, the scriptures tell me what is going to happen to ungodly men.
No.
See? We know through the spirit and the power of the Lord, you are washing your shy. how these, what's gonna happen to who, to take you to this word, man. See?
To tell our people.
Yeah.
So continue say, say, and whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
God.
Right? This John verse 22, we say, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain.
God, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. 200 people are going to perish. Right? Right?
Which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept.
And let Lord's grape be kept. Talking about the elect. Right?
And my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
Right.
God. Warning you people, man. See? Warning our people day and night. See? And basically edifying and exalting the elect. See? That's the great labor that we're doing right now, man. Hoping for that peer. See? Which what the Lord promised us. Salvation. Yeah? That's what we're hoping for, man.
And that's some good good. The scripture say, as a wave is
Greater than the jump.
wave is greater than
Gonna
a drop.
drop? Yeah?
I mean, a lot of people get put to death on this side.
God.
You know what I mean? And just a few are saved. You know what I mean? Mentioning this whole the civil unrest and the buying up of ammunition and guns. Man. A lot of people get put to death. But scripture say, let the multitude perish that was born in vain, because they were born for that purpose.
God. You're gonna come back to the kingdom, man. In your right mind. See?
So that I say all praises and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Pakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Graveland Stone. Shalom to all our brothers and all their pushes short in our sincerity and honesty. Shalom.
Shalom.